Hey everybody, it's Jayne from Living Skies Vintage. I hope you're all doing okay, and I hope that you're glad to be here with me. I'm glad that you're here with me. So I'm just going to I'm just going to I'm just going to put maybe the camera face down and do a little bit of coloring for a while. I'll keep my eye on my studio over to the right of me here, and I'll check and see if anybody's coming in and chatting with me. But I do hope that you'll join up. In the meantime, I've got some things I want to work on. I'm on my desk here. I've got a coloring page. I'm just adding a few details, and then I'm going to do a little bit of work in my Man-centric journal, which is a glue book collage journal that I'm working on that has more of a man themed thing, male themed uh, thing going with it, like sports and occupations, that type of stuff. So I'll be here. I might be a little quiet talking to myself while I'm working, but I'm going to put the camera face down now, and let's keep going, okay? I'll try and keep talking too. Hold on. Here we go. I have to turn you and face down. That looks like it's getting there. I don't have a lot of... Gotta move some cords here. I have my desk and... There, is that better? I don't know if that's better. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little, put that down, pull that down a bit there. I can tilt this a little more that way, and then we'll see how that works. There we go, that's better. Sorry, I have my pen in my mouth, so you probably couldn't understand a thing I was saying, but that's better. Anyways, how is everybody doing? I see I've got someone else that has popped in on me. I sure would love to know who you are, so please come in and have a good time. There we go. So I can type. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on some fine lines that I want to get done in this on this to highlight some of the railings here on this ship. Looks like there's some goobers on my pen. There we go. No. There, that's better. So I don't know if you can really tell the difference when I do this or not, but I've got some that I haven't highlighted, like right here and in the background here, and these are ones I've actually done, and up here on top of the boat. I've done this and the stairwell down here. Still have a few more in the background I want to do, but I want to do the foreground first. Just, it's a small difference, but I think it just makes quite a big difference in the end to your picture. So how's everybody doing? I said that this was going to be a let's chat video, so I was just wondering what everybody would like to chat about. If you want to know more about me, I'm a grandma. Well, hey there, Doron. Aloha to you. And hi, Jennifer. How are you? Glad to see everybody coming in. So let's get, as I was trying to say, I am recently retired. I am a mom. I am a grandma. My husband recently passed away about a year ago, a little over a year ago now. So yeah, I'm trying to find myself, I guess, is what I'm trying to do, and find the things that I like to do and that's going to fulfill my time that I didn't foresee that I was going to have all to myself. So so for me, I like this. I like to, I like the uh, coloring. It's very relaxing. Um, yeah, don't mind me. I broke a couple of fingernails in the garden yesterday. Isn't that awful? Um, yeah, I do this more for relaxation than anything else. I think that I can be pretty funny at times. I hope people enjoy my little quips and things that I put in chats and yeah, I don't know what would everybody like to know about me. I live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Oh, and it's raining today. It's a little cold. Well, not cold, but kind of dampish. Certainly not the same weather we had yesterday, where it was like plus 28 centigrade. That's Celsius. Sorry, guys. And yeah, it was quite nice. I'd have got some my gardening done. We don't get as long of a garden time as you do out there in Hawaii, Doron. I'm going to change that, Jennifer. That is a good idea. But I don't know how to take it off. How do I take it off? Settings. Let me see. No, no, no. Yes, darn Hawaii. Stream settings. No, that's not it. Channel level pop-out dashboard. That doesn't help either. Let's ask a question. Anybody know how to turn off slow mode? I don't. Oh dear. I'm checking. I'm looking at all my buttons in my studio here to see if there's anything that helps me. I'm trying. Timestamps, reactions, pop-out chat, community moderation. Nope, don't have any of that. That's not it. Sorry guys, I'll Jennifer, if you know how to turn it off, please tell me. Channel level settings. Pop-out dashboard. No, I just do not know how to do it. I can't see anything here that helps me with that. Might have been when I first, let me see, pause. I'm sorry guys. I'm just gonna have to keep going with this so that something is going on this page here. So if you can help me, Jennifer, maybe Jennifer, can I make you a moderator? Does that make a difference? Let me see if I can do that. And I don't know how. Add as moderator, yes. I know you're a good one. I guess you're right, Doron. But there might be some, who knows, there might be some burning questions they just can't wait for. Thanks, Jennifer. I was trying to look it up, but it's just going to take me too much time at the moment. It might have been something I set up when I actually set up the live. It's my first time to schedule a live. All the other times I've just kind of turned the button on and went, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So, but happy you guys are all here. So, Doran, are you working today? Do you have to work on Saturdays, being the produce and all that kind of person? Today is just being a nice day in the house with it being so wet outside for me. Okay, I think I got all of that highlighted that I wanted to do. Oh, a little bit up here. Just a wisp. Just a wisp. There we go. Yes, thank you, Doran. It is my day. I hope, and you had asked if someone would go live. I remember that last week, and I said to myself, if I could manage to do this, I would do this. So now we're live, and I'm hoping that a whole bunch more people will show up and see me, but I am just happy that I have who is here now, and thanks for coming, because I'm just trying to build up some live hours here. So thanks for being here, and well, I'll keep going. I'm actually gonna start probably another picture here too pretty soon on this, and I've got like my Man-centric book. So let me let's just do a different color here. Get a little black for this pole. Back here, since I don't have any dark brown, the black will do. There's a couple there. This is a Japanese coloring book, if anybody's interested. It's called Fine Color by Gugeli. I'll show you some of the other pictures that I've already finished in it. I've been having a lot of fun with my watercolors. Yes, I am. Thanks, Doran. So this is the book. It's a Japanese book. It's called Fine Color, and it's by Gugeli. I have no idea what the rest of this says, but it's been a beautiful book to work in, and I've been using a lot of my watercolors in pens to do it. So, and I am also trying to go from front to back, and I see that my picture is actually backwards from what I usually would see, so all the writing is backwards. Now I know why this happens to people. I'll have to try and fix that. So the first couple of pages that I've done, it's a really beautiful paper too on this, works really well. Click on the gear icon over the chat box and I should have a slow chat box. Okay, I will see if I can find that. Gear icon. I don't see a gear icon over the chat. Let's see if there's a... Maybe I can do it in here on this. I have actually my PC and my phone all set up for this. Over the chat box, and you should have a slow chat box. Well, overlay for breaks, close. Maybe it's on my camera. Hold on, guys. You're gonna look at me again for a second, and I'll see if it's on here. I will fix it. Oop. should be a gear icon. I don't see it even on my phone. Oh, wait a minute. There's one. Oh, but that's just showing me what's on there. It says talk chat and live chat. All messages. This is saying welcome to live chat to me when I'm on my phone. That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy that it's telling me welcome to live chat? Let's see if it's over here. Oh, you turned on slow mode. Somehow. Jennifer. I'm going to put it back down to my picture. Wah. Sorry, guys. I turned you around again. I gotta go this way. No, I don't. No, I don't. Am I upside down? Yes, I am. Jeepers creepers. Are you having fun? That's better. This way. See, I keep looking at the picture, but I understand it's a little bit delayed even for me. Okay, and move it that way. Yeah, move it that way. That's better. That's better. Thank you. Well, you turned, looks, okay. Jennifer, it looks like you turned it off and turned it on and turned it off again. Hello, Claudette. Oh, boy. Thank you, Jennifer, for doing that for me. I will figure this out another time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Doran, Claudette, Jennifer, who else is here? Speak up. Well, that's perfect, Jennifer. That works out great. Thank you. So back to this again. Let's just see if I can straighten that out a little bit. Like that. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. That's a little better. Okay. So we left off with this dude with his big sword and his fancy furry boa and his hawk. The only thing I don't like about this book is just the way they place some of these pictures. You know, like why this right in the middle of the fold and have this over here. You know, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, I still love painting these. Beautiful. The pictures themselves are beautiful. And lots of times I will use, like in this one, you can probably see a little better where I've used both the watercolors and pencil crayon on top of that to create textures. Here's a couple of just pretty ladies. Lots of watercolor. Posca, I use Posca pens. Thanks, Claudette. I appreciate that. It's not my drawings, but yeah, this is what I do in my personal downtime. And try and no, I don't draw. I haven't drawn these. I do have some ladies that I did draw. I can show you those in a bit, but I thought I'd finish flipping through this since I was working on it. I enjoy my watercolors. And just these backgrounds, this background wasn't there. I've added all of that. But this is all done with watercolor and then color pencils, maybe some fine line markers and Posca pens on top. And then this one, I try and create light sources and use that in my pictures. So in this one, I was really trying hard to know that these candles, these floral candles, and they are candles, were the light source, and where the back of her is dark, and then you just see her reflection in the mirror. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. Couple more. This has got, this one here is completely black background, and then I've put pencils on top of it to create the kind of the illusion of lights in dark. Lights shining in the dark, I should say. And the ladies down below. Couple more. The hair in these were done with fine liners. Just really enjoying it. Thank you, Claudette. I try really hard to kind of create that sense of light of where it's coming from on the characters. And then I'm off to this. And this is generally what they start out like. You can see. So I have a lot to choose from and a lot to work on. But I'll show you the ladies that I've drawn. I actually have that sketchbook here, because it's the right size for this one to open it up and not have it, you know how you get that fold on your books? So this was my prop on the other side. So this is just my little sketchbook where I kind of play and do things. I was on Sketchbook Revival and I did this. This was with Tamara Laporte. Yeah, Expressive watercolor portrait, and I used her template for this one to draw this lady, but I liked it so much that I drew my own lady here. So this one is mine. This one is completely me, just using the technique that Tamara gave me. Couple more sketchbook projects that I was working on. Little pattern there. And then, oh yeah, and then I went back to the ladies. I liked the ladies. This is another one of mine. Well, don't press so hard, Jennifer. I like doing a mix of even alcohol markers for a base background and then pencil crayons on top. Posca pens are great, but I've been having a lot of fun just doing watercolors. But yeah, my hands hurt too, but I thought you just don't grip the pencil so hard. So this one is one that I drew, and then I went, this is another one that I drew. So just having fun with that technique and different kind of looks in behind it. Yeah, if you do it all day, that does hurt. That does hurt. I don't tend to do it all day. I tend to try and do more of mine in the evening, or if I have an hour or two during the day, I like to do it. This was just another little sketchy thing I was trying. And this was another little class that I was trying. This one's called Quirky Birds. He's cute. I like him. Well, thanks, Claudette. I like putting odd colors together. Now, this is another one that I started. I don't think she's done yet. I haven't put in any defined lines, but this is a really strange color combination. Okay, thanks, Doron. We'll see you again soon. We'll check you out later. Maybe see you on Tuber Chat a little later on too. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the lady faces. So I'm going to continue with a few of them, but I tried something with a cat and just that's all that I've got in here. But yeah, I've done a few lady faces. And I'm having fun with that. But I thought that what I would do, I'm going to put this down here. I'll put this down here. And then for now, I'll pull out my Man-centric collage book journal. Do I do old barns or houses? Like, do I go and paint on them, or do I paint pictures of them? I can paint pictures of them. I've done a few architecture ones. I actually did a watercolor not too long ago of a street in Quebec City from a picture that I had taken. I think it's pretty handy, actually. I keep all my pictures. You never know. You never know, eh? But where did it go? Oh dear. There's, oop, sorry, didn't mean to smack you. There we go. This is the picture that I made, and you can recognize the top half as from my YouTube channel. The banner. I might have put it in a different container. But yeah, that's what I did from my YouTube. And let's just see if I can find that watercolor. That's not it. I have a little collection of them here. Different flowers. I can do geometrics, landscape. No. There's a landscape. And then abstracts. More flowers. Thanks, Claudette. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jennifer. You know, if you like my art, my original art, I have some coffee cups in that, some of my original art in my Etsy store. That's one of the pictures on a coffee cup. Here's another one that I've done. These are collages that I take magazine pictures and use them. This one here, I like this one. The ladies. This lady her hair is made out of beans, string beans. And and I like this one too. I have them in my Etsy shop, Jennifer. Like I believe it's in the bottom of the description of all of my videos, my Etsy shop, and you can find them there. I've been trying to put a few different products in there for people that they like, and I've actually done individual pictures like this for a couple of people that have YouTube channels. Denim to Diamonds is one that I've done her a picture for her, and she now uses that as her banner across her YouTube channel. And I also did one for a lady called Jewelry Addiction, and she has that one. She's kept that one for her personal self as a personal picture. But I kind of work with them on who they are and their personalities, and work up pictures like that for them. So I have lots of fun with it. I do. So here's kind of in that same vein, the collage that I'm working on for guys. And I've made it this is just an old photo album that I picked up at the thrift store. And I want to do it in this long version, which doesn't help really well when I'm trying to show you guys on my camera what it looks like. But yeah, just the first page is go big or go home, which I think is kind of maybe a philosophy sometimes. Yes, I did Tanya's. Yes, I did, Jennifer. You know Tanya too? Yeah, I did one. I don't know. I do know that I have a video on making hers from start to finish, and I think I have a little short on doing the Denim to Diamonds one. So, yes, I did Tanya's. So here's my sports page, and you can see I've got the cats all playing basketball with a baseball, and this cat is, lifting weights. Our tall string bean pitcher from Bacon, USA. That's certainly a man thing, eh? So yeah, sports major. Here's the football down here. This guy's a tough offensive linebacker. And then down at the bottom, I got getting tagged out at home in baseball. So just like playing with these and putting things together. Now this one I haven't started. I think this one's going to be, and I'll turn it this way now since I don't really have the pictures in. But I've put all sorts of office and machinery. Yes, you do, Jennifer. You do have one, but I don't remember ever seeing you over there, so maybe we've just bypassed each other at times. I haven't been there for a little while lately. I've been so busy. But I knew Tanya when she was just trying to get up to her first 1,000 subscribers. So yeah. Anyways, this particular page, I think I'm gonna do an office page. I've done around the edges here, kind of officey type things. I pulled out this computer, and it's going to be in here somewhere. But I'm going to probably cut out the middle of this or paste on top of it maybe some kind of a picture. I haven't quite decided. Jennifer. Yeah, well, you are a popular lady, and I always see you as a moderator. So I can't say that I saw you over at Tanya's as a moderator. So just another page that I've kind of colored up, and I've got some surrounds on. I'm kind of just going through this book and adding things to it, so I can then add the pictures that I see fit to go on there. So it's a matter of sometimes of just making a mess. Oh, okay. I just haven't been. I think, yeah, I stopped going kind of around the time that Jason was being there a lot. Jason? Yeah, I think that was his name. Anyways, there we go. I've got, so this is, I did this one yesterday. This is just acrylic paint. And you see all these papers that I've pulled out. This is what it starts like. This is after I've glued some papers on. And then more paper in color. Paper in color. Looks pretty ugly, but by the time it gets finished, everything looks ugly until it's done. Is my philosophy. It's, you have to go through that ugly stage. So I've got a lot of these pages prepped to get some more pictures on. But I thought, while I was sitting here with you guys today, that I would just show you how I do my gluing of my papers down. There we go. I'm gonna color this, and then I'm gonna show you how I get this started. What I use, and I have. Yeah, it's a great scrap. It's basically the same thing, Claudette. Scrapbooking. Jason too, eh, Jennifer? Okay. Sorry, I just had to go under my desk. Well, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, I like to kind of get the pages set up so that when I want to sit down for a little while, it makes it easy. And I use all sorts of paper. You know, the best I found, like, look at this. April 29th, 1953, taxation year. Like, people throw away stuff. This guy kept this. And it was just in a bag of loose papers that the lady was going to throw away. And I said, do you want those? And she said, no, you can have them. So, yeah, I ended up with a bunch of stuff like this. And essentially, that's all I do with it. Here's a premium receipt book. I'll tear a couple of pages out of this again. Stick it on here. I find that when you use interesting backgrounds, words and things like that, that you can get some interesting things. Now here's a couple of things I picked up. Some paper ephemera. Oops. Almost lost that. When they used machines and they were doing measuring things, and you can see the clock. And this red line is the measurement on this particular one. I'm gonna tear a piece of this off. Yeah, it does. Here's another one, except in blue, and you can see this line around there. That's where it got measured, but just tear a piece of this off. I just want to get a couple of things in here for some background. And there'll be big pieces and small pieces, and it doesn't matter. And what else do I have in here that I could use? Let me see. Here's some. Oh, I'm going to stick that on there. Unemployment Insurance Commission. March 1951. Wow. Interesting. Identification card. There we go. Here's something. There's something a little bit different. Alrighty. I think I got enough paper to make something, and I'm trying, when I rip these things, I try not to rip them too square. They always like to be square. And we'll keep the printed side up. So I'm just going to throw all these over here. I think I like that side the best on that one. Rip that, rip that, that. Take a sip of my coffee. I keep it in a non-spillable container because, well, I'm terrible. I spilled water all over my desk yesterday. But I need a little bit of that just to keep talking. Okay. And there, my golden matte medium. This is just a little tin foil. I think it came out of a medication that, you know, sat in there and came in a box. Yeah, keep your old stuff to use for containers. Now I'm going to put my matte medium in here a little bit. And I have a spatula with some paint on it because I was painting with it yesterday. I'm just going to peel this off. Since it's acrylic paint, it's dry now. And it'll just come off. And I'll throw that in the garbage. Some people like to use that as little skins to paint back down on their projects, but not today for me. Okay. Golden matte medium in there. I like this. I do prefer. You did, Claudette? Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So I've learned after years of working with a computer that I should at least have my coffee in a sealed container or non-spillable, but I have also containers of water around my desk for when I do my watercolor. So they're short and fat and shouldn't fall over, but I didn't see it there and completely smacked it out of the way. So let's get started. I like a spatula when I'm doing this. This is just a dollar store rubber silicone spatula because not only does it help me apply the glue, but I can flatten it. You were typing crazy letters. Oh. So anyways, I'll spread some glue on here just because this is a pretty thick paper. I'm going to have to put this gel matte medium on both sides of this particular paper here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some on top. And what you do with the spatula is you're flattening this down at the same time as you're spreading the glue underneath. I'm just going to do a little bit of that and that. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like icing a cake, you know. And I find that the silicone spatula works pretty good. This particular paper, I should mention, it is losing a little bit of its color. That's the only thing about when you get these type of things to collage in, is this, you don't know if the paper itself is color fast, so that can hurt. And I'm just going to make sure that that's stuck down right in there. And then we'll finish. Some of the thinner papers, you don't have to actually worry too much about the glue. Oh, plastic cotton candy containers with lids from the dollar store. Okay. I do like those. I save all sorts of containers too. I think containers, you never know what you're going to need them for. You know, and the big big thing right now is cigar boxes, see? I've got several of them. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So, the nice part about doing this too, and as you build up your picture, you will get depth, what it seems to be depth in your picture. So it'll look deeper, like it has lots of layers. And then every once in a while you'll get something that'll kind of peek out a word or two here and there, that'd kind of be like a little surprising little piece of knowledge you never knew was there to start with. I don't want that piece. I want one of these, I think. Yes, over here. I'm overlapping a little bit. I don't want to overlap too much because the one thing is the more paper you build up in one place, the thicker your book's going to be. And already my book is bulging out a little bit. It's not too bad when you make it quite thin. It will dry fast. It's kind of, I can feel it's not dry because it's cool, but it's not sticky. It's not sticky. I do get some of my hands, and you know how you used to peel off all the white glue at school off your fingers? Well, it's kind of like that. Except it's a little tougher than that to actually do it. I'm going to move that to there. So you see I'm building up a little bit of a raft of paper to give us a background. Not such a blank slate as the black and or white can be for people. Well, let's put one up there. Smack that down. Put that there. And I do have a heat blower, air blower, heat gun. It's not quite a heat gun. It's more for craft projects. It doesn't get quite as hot as that. Hi, Fuzzy. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. I'll have to catch up with you. I will definitely look you up after my live is over. I love to meet new people. Glad you can come and join us today. Oh yes, I love my cigar boxes. I use them. I use them right now to keep things in, but one of these days I'm going to do other stuff with them. Other stuff with them. That sounds really intelligent. We'll do it this way. Just a happy little gluer. And the reason I put it in the container there is so I can kind of just use it up and not worry about it going dry on me in the container. I wanted to put this on there. I think I'm going to put him way up there. I like that up there. Because this is the top end of my book and this is the bottom. So I try and keep that in mind too. I want it to be more like that. The one thing about golden matte medium too, and I have learned this from my friend Dee Dee Willingham. If you don't follow her as an artist or a crafter, you should. She's great. Does a lot of glue booking and collage, and she's an artist, never all on her own. Where was I going with this? I forget. Okay, Fuzzy, that sounds good. Hope you'll be back. Is it the fires that have been keeping you away? Yeah, we're glad to hear that our fires, people are now being told they can go home. We don't have the fire restrictions up north for Saskatchewan anymore. I see. I'm sorry. I'm reading. I can't talk and read at the same time. Otherwise, I'm gonna just read to you whatever was said. Well, I don't know that I want to put anything else on here. Maybe just one. This one. Yeah. I want something up there for some reason. And I can't tell you why I want things where they are. At times, I just feel that, I need to do it to balance it out, balance the weight. This is the top, this is the bottom. The top's going to be a little bit lighter. I want the bottom to weigh more, and it will when I color it. Now, hold on to your ears. See, can I mute this? I don't have quite the capabilities that everybody else has, because I am painting from the camera. My phone camera's up there, and well, sorry, close your ears for 1 second. I'm just going to give this a quick heat gun blow dry. Oh, I forgot. I unplugged it. Well, I better not plug it in. I'm just going to let that should be okay. I think, yeah, I should be able to do. Okay. So I'm going to let this go. If if it dries together, it might stick together, but you can, even if it does, you can hear sometimes these things kind of have that sound where it feels like they're sticking together, but you don't. That's what I was gonna say. That's the difference between Golden Matte Medium and Mod Podge. I have a couple of books where I did Mod Podge in them, and now I'm losing stuff from one page to the other because the Mod Podge sticks together and pulls paint off of it. I can show you that at a different time, but yeah, this is still not quite dry. Like, I wouldn't want to put any pens or pencils on this because you'd ruin them, but it's dry enough that I think that I can flip over to one of these pages and show you what I do when I add color. Now, this I used pastels on. I'm not sure that I really like the pastels, but I was trying different things. And this I've used a combination of the pastels. Yeah, and then I used water, and there was paint on here also. I think here I'm going to try a little bit of some of my I'm going to get out a little bit of my acrylic paint. And I No, not acrylic paint. My Inktense. Gee. Derwent Inktense. I have the big 72 box. I treated myself to this a couple of years ago, and I have enjoyed it a lot. So if you haven't got Inktense, and you can see I've used quite a bit of them in certain colors. So if you don't know about Inktense, it is a water-soluble pigment that's available in both pencil and solid block form. Just pulling up a few colors here that I think I'm going to use. And once you've wet it, and then it dries, it's permanent. So it's water soluble, so you can paint with it, move it around. And right now I've got some browns, green. This is a madder brown, which has some reds in it. Sepia ink. That one's going to be maybe too black for me. No, I'm going to keep that out for a bit. Maybe I'll do some around that black one here. So, yeah, that is a bit dark, but I'll do something around these edges anyways, because they're black. And bring that out. And sometimes this is all that I'm doing, is I'm just kind of adding color. This is a really dark green. I'm going to push it all around. And it's just going to be random. Hi, Timmy. How are you? Thank you for joining. Oh, I'm glad you can come over. Doran's been really good. I hope everybody does check out Doran if you're trying to grow a YouTube channel of your own. He's a great guy, great for connections, and yeah. I've been having lots of fun over there, meeting some great people and finding some new channels. And the madder brown. Whoa, there goes the end of that. That's the one thing about these pencils, is they're easy to break. And I might have dropped this one. There it is. Just looking for my pencil sharpener. I don't know if you can hear the rain spattering on my window. A lot of wind out there too today. I'm glad I'm inside doing this instead of outside trying to get some other stuff done. It's coming along. I'll give it just a little more so I can actually get something of a point on there. Okay. Because I'm just trying to add some color. I'll put some water on this and then you'll see the magic. Let's do a little bit of the mustard. That's a good color. And I did the baked earth already. Saddle brown. There we go. All right. So I'm going to use those for now. I'm going to grab my, and this is how I developed the pages. So I did the gluing. Did the gluing. Now I'm adding some color, and I'm going to take my big mop brush. Where's my, there it is. My dirty old paint towel. I'm going to get my big old mop brush all nice and moist. Not too moist, because I don't want too much water. And then we'll just start moving these around. Maybe just stick that in the dark brown too much, and we'll oh, it's thundering and raining there. For the most part, yeah, well, I don't plan these under parts, but really when I go into and actually doing the actual pictures and that, I kind of go with, you know, how I feel in the moment of what I want to do. I usually have a theme that I'm trying to stick to. Move some of that color over there. And you see, it's just makes it easier if you just have, I was going to say a bunch of garbage, but it's not garbage. A bunch of different things down here that, you know, this isn't precious or pristine anymore. Can I make any more of a mess of it than I already have? Probably not. Well, let's just, there. Kind of like what's happening with this. A little bit of green down here, a little bit of reddish here. Move that around a bit. I like what's happening here with that painted one. Pull some of that green down here. Move the colors around. There we go. So yeah, that's it's the creative process is something that's really hard to describe to people on how you do it. For myself, oh, my stomach's growling. Jeepers creepers. For myself, I usually have an idea of what I want to do. I don't plan a lot of things out. I kind of visualize what I may want it to look like. But in the end, it hardly ever turns out exactly the way I pictured it. I like to, as they say, go with the flow and, you know, happy little circumstances. I think that's what Bob, oh gosh. Now the name, the guy with the hair, the painter with the hair, Bob, happy little painters. I don't know if anybody else can remember. Oh. Okay, well, I've been on for an hour, guys. I'm really glad that you've all come and visited me. I hope you can come back again. Let's see, what else can I do right now? It's kind of, maybe I'll turn the camera up, and if anybody has something they'd like to talk about. Bob Ross, right, Claudette? That's the one. Then, whoop. There. That's better. I had to move the camera around a little bit. So, Jennifer, you've probably never seen this stack of jewelry behind me. That's some of it there. That's my little art box, art cabinet. I have another art cabinet over here that holds paper and that. Well, thank you. Thanks, Claudette. You're more than welcome. More than welcome. You've never seen anybody working in a glue book before? I have lots of people that I could recommend to you if you would like to learn more about it. like I say, I just usually do it all kind of on my own. But I've been somewhat of a creative person for some time, and for a while. I just haven't had the opportunity um, to actually use it a lot. So well, maybe I should. This is supposed to be all about me, and you're supposed to be asking questions. But if you're not, then I'll tell you all about me. So, for a long time, um, I worked as in administration in a bunch of different companies, and the last company I had been with was a distributor for upholstery, fabrics, supplies, draperies, that type of thing. I worked there. I was the office manager. I did the receivables and the payables all the time. It was a very small office. We had a manager with, I think, 3 or 4 salesmen that ran through the province, and we had 3 people on an order desk so that as companies needed their goods, they could just call in and place the order. So, because they had all of the samples, they didn't need to have stock of it hanging in their shops. So they could order 20 yards of fabric to create whatever it was they needed to create. Anyways, that was my last job. Is that they closed the branch, and I was tossed into like a void of I don't know what I'm going to do, because no one wanted to pay me the amount of money that I had been earning at that job. They wanted to pay me like brand new office girl wages, and I wasn't going to do that. So at that point in time, I ended up going and working for a distributor for machinery. Some of it farm machinery, post pounders, augers. If you're in the farming business, augers are the things, the windy things, the corkscrews that they can pull grain from one bin to another. Um, Post pounders are big heavy duty things when you're building fences. Instead of you having to take a sledgehammer, then it's an automatic machine that just basically pounds your great big 8 to 10 foot timbers into the ground from a height. You can load them on there and it puts it down. But anyways, they closed their offices here in Saskatoon, and again, I was at a loss. But I had seen when I was there the people that worked on designing the parts for these post pounders and augers. Um, and that's what got me interested in AutoCAD and CAD CAM, that type of thing. So when they closed their offices, around that same time, the government offered a program for seniors or people above a certain age to go back to school, and um, they would actually put forward money and support you in your learning. So at that, I took that opportunity, took an aptitude test, found out that yes, I was very well suited for AutoCAD and CAD CAM, and I went back to school, and that was in the fall of 2012. It was a 2-year course, so in 2014 I graduated, and I started working for the city, and working working in the construction and design department. where I did lots of AutoCAD work for roadways and underground infrastructure like sewers and that type of thing. So that's where I get a lot of my experience from. I'm sorry, I'm kicking things under my desk. Hold on. Before it all falls on the floor. Thank you, Claudette. And yeah, I do have lots of jewels. That's another thing that I'm a bit of a fan of jewelry. I do also have my Etsy shop where I have jewelry listed. Not all of this is listed. This is like I need to get some work done and get it. Can't sell it if it's not listed. And I hope to do some lives and maybe do some online sales. So that's what I'm hoping to do with my YouTube channel is keep creating, have some fun, chat with people, and kind of just go from there. So yeah, and now that Inktense is basically dry now, you can see, I'll hold it up for you. See, it's kind of dry. Now if I added water to this, that shouldn't move again. So it's a great thing to have when you're using water soluble items, and it won't affect what you're gluing down later. Sometimes when you use watercolors or other stuff, it will move again, and it will stain whatever it is that you've put down. So there's the page. Here's the page that we glued. So that's all. That's pretty dry now. It's still a little cool to the touch. If you find that your glued pages are a little cool to the touch, it means it's still damp. Do not put pen or pencil on it. You're gonna ruin your pens and your pencils. I've done that a few times. And then this is the page that I put the Inktense on for you. Now, if you like, I could do some edges, but I think that I am going to. Hi, Candy K all day. Hey y'all. Do I say it right? Hey y'all. I'm not from the south. I'm from Saskatchewan. Well, actually, I'm from Toronto originally, or Toronto, as people that don't live there call it. But if you're born and raised there, it's Toronto. Yep. Well, nice to see you, Candy. I'm glad that you could join us. I was just working on some glue booking. Yeah, you are, Claudette. You're not that far away. You know how to talk like them. Out here we talk a little different way. People don't move their mouths, I think. My abstract top. Oh my. It's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt. I like bright colors. I like bright things. As you can tell, even by my glasses, they're just, green. The last pair of glasses I had, I think they were red. So, but I think I'm gonna take the live and say goodbye. I think I've run out of a few things to do, and I hope that y'all can come back again and visit me another time. I am going to try and do some more of these lives, so keep keep your eyes open. I will post it like this last time. I find that worked a little bit better, letting people know when I was coming on. This was kind of a somewhat impromptu because I had some family visiting, so it was kind of like the only time I was going to get it done this week, which turned out really good that it was Saturday because today's my day from the source. And I think you're going to have a great day. I hope you all have a good evening. I'm going to finish off my afternoon and get a few things done. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I hope you come back and see me again soon. Please give me a thumbs up and share me out. If you know people that like to chat, like to art, and like to thrift, I'm the place to be. I've got lots of vintage items. Maybe I'll do that and I will show those to you next time. So have a great one. Visit me soon and we'll see you again. Bye now.